Under a minute remains. This crowd is going nuts. It's going to be very difficult for him to pass the guard of Frank Mir. It's a very unusual guard. He's going for a footlock. He's going to do it. He's going to get it. He's
In the fight game, time is undefeated. Legends who once ruled the cage now carry the weight of injuries, surgeries, and pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 54 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, and now, the new interim UFC heavyweight champion of the world,
In this episode, we find former UFC heavyweight champion Frank Mir, a man once feared, now fighting a different kind of battle.
For some reason, the story of my life is not going to be how far I push things or what I've won. It seems to be the book of Frank Mir's life is going to be how far can he fall and come back from it.
Surrounded by his wife and children, Frank's daily reality is a reminder that in combat sports, the price of greatness is paid long after the lights fade.
I started taking Blue Scorpion Venom shit.
What?
Yeah, some Scorpion
what are you
Venom.
doing?
Some I don't know. Name something.
We-
Anything someone offers me, I'm like, I'll try
Like
it
the
out.
name of the brand name is Venom or actual
It's
Venom?
Blue Venom. They take venom and then put
From who? Like a
peptides with
snake?
it.
What?
From a fucking scorpion.
Oh,
What?
shit.
What does that do for you?
Apparently it helps with healing.
Blue Scorpion Venom.
Known as Blue Scorpion Venom, it's the most expensive liquid on Earth. And this active ingredient has now been prepared in homeopathic dilution as the foundation of Blue Scorpion pain and inflammation relief. The first FDA-listed medicine of its kind. Fighters are turning to it for the relief from the pain that defines their careers.
You know, it actually came from a friend of mine that I work with who was trying to do security work with Chris Angel, for Chris Angel. And one of Chris Angel's bodyguards' name is Chemo. And Chemo and I we kicked it off right off the bat. And the guy's a purple belt jiu-jitsu, bigger guy, Hawaiian dude. They're all family and friends. If you get into their circle, it's like, you know, my fridge is your fridge, my car is your car. And so Chemo had saw that, you know, obviously one of the things I do at the show, I'm constantly training and working out. So I have these bands. Chemo thought I was crazy. So in the corner of Chris's show, there's an exit drape that goes outside. Well, there's a little room in there. So I take my bands, and in between when shit's not going on, I rub around, I strap up, and I do all this yoga poses and stuff. I'm trying to learn because my wife says she's got to do yoga. So I've been YouTubing yoga shit. So I'm doing all this stuff, you know, in bands and trying to warm up and keep my body flowing. But he still sees me like, you know, just, you know, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, man, my back, my knees. He goes, hey, you got to try this. So he gave me this bottle of Blue Scorpion. And it's funny because at first he goes, it's homeopathic. And that almost, I was like, yo, bro, homeopathic shit don't work, man. Come on, if it ain't from a pharmacy, get the hell. So he goes, no, brother, I'm telling you. And Chemo's eyes, if you talk to him, if the fact that he just said that anybody that knows him is gonna laugh, he's like, no, brother, you gotta trust me. His eyes get real big, and he gets real close to me. He's like, you got to try this. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll go ahead and give it a shot.
I know Frank Mir. Frank Mir, he knows his stuff. If you know Frank Mir, he's on the level. He knows his stuff. And I heard him talking about it, and I looked at it and everything, and I hit up Frank Mir about it. He was like, yeah, man, this stuff really works. It makes me feel a lot better. He was telling me about it. Then I heard about the stories about how they found the Blue Scorpion and how they found out it worked, about the scientists and stuff like that. You know, I'm very skeptical about stuff, you know, and so I looked into it, and I was like, man, yeah, I'm interested in it. And so I started taking it, man, night and day. You feel it within a couple of days. You feel like the difference within a couple of days.
I couldn't lift 3 weeks ago. I fucking, who
Blue
knows?
Scorpion did it for you?
I don't know. That's the thing. I take so much shit. I don't know.
Something's working.
Something's working, dude. I got
What
back
is-
on the bench last week and was, no problems.
What is the scorpion stuff supposed to do?
It helps with healing. Like there's all sorts of fucking history on it.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Do you inject it or you take it?
No, it's a serum.
So I originally heard about Blue Scorpion Venom from my buddy Flex Lewis. I saw him posting about it, and you know, he's someone I respect highly, you know, bodybuilder, multiple time world champion, and his body's been through the ringer. So if that's something that he's recommended, you know, that's something I definitely want to jump on. And then my buddy Brad Tavares actually heard from Flex as well, and somehow commented on the page and got sent a bottle like the next day, like literally the next day. And Brad's someone I look up to highly. He's like one of my day one buddies in the sport, and he's helped me a lot. So, you know, I take his word, you know, at a high standard. And he was telling me about, bro, he's like, this stuff actually works.
As a UFC roster fighter, my first and most important question was, am I gonna get popped for this? And he was like, absolutely not. This is 100% homeopathic, non-toxic.
The venom is naturally composed of peptides, amino acids, and proteins that interact with the body's own nerve channels. These are the very pathways that regulate muscle contraction, pain, and inflammation.
This lifestyle is so glamorous. We make a lot of money, and granted we can, and there are people that do, but like the vast majority of the roster, you know, they're struggling to get by. So they'll go into fights with these injuries just so that they can get it covered by the UFC.
Unlike synthetic drugs, Blue Scorpion pain and inflammation relief doesn't mask pain. It supports the body's natural healing response. No gut strain, no harsh side effects, just recovery.
Is there a side effect to it?
No, I feel, being
You get
awesome,
poisoned?
feeling healthy.
Does it make you feel great?
Oh yeah, I feel great.
Wow.
All my physicians are freaking out how fast I'm getting going. I don't even think my wife and I at times realize how fast I'm healing. I even told her the other day, I'm like, I'm kind of screwing myself here, because if you really saw me, I even told my friend Galen, who was here, he came and spent time with me for 2 weekends in a row. He drove his ass out from Arizona to come help me, to fucking pick up water bottle. You know, at that point, I needed someone to help move my legs. That's at 6 weeks, that's the point I was at. 6 weeks ago, I was at a point where I had to ask you to lift my leg up because I was uncomfortable. I couldn't move my own leg. You know, from the waist down. And when they came in, my wife and I, for the first week, we thought, what the doctors thought was true, that I was gonna be in a wheelchair for the rest of my life.
To understand the toll of this sport, you don't need to look further than UFC Hall of Famer Forrest Griffin. Known for his heart, Forrest has endured the grind, and today, he works with fighters to manage the same battles he once faced.
At first, I'll be honest, I thought it was just really funny to show everybody that I was taking Blue Scorpion Venom. I live in Vegas, there's lots of scorpions. You know, and I was like, yeah, it's Scorpion Venom. I caught these in my backyard and milked them actually. And I don't know that people believe me, but I thought it was very amusing. And then, you know, he started sending me some research, and I was like, okay, this is an anti-inflammatory product. This has a lot of the benefits you see in CBD, but maybe even more so. And now there's a growing body of literature on it and the anti-aging movement. And everybody's into not getting older faster. Not me personally, but I'm into a reduction of pain, stiffness, and inflammation.
For today's fighters, recovery is as important as training. Without it, there is no tomorrow. Dan Ige and Brad Tavares, both UFC veterans, know the grind of camps, the bruises, and the injuries that never quite go away.
I could probably honestly say I've never been into a fight 100%. Like my body, there's always been something banged up on my body, whether it's my hand, my knuckle, my elbow, my knee, my back, my neck. We're always banging up our bodies, you know. I mean, we're literally throwing bones at each other and sparring. We spar almost once a week, twice a week. We're wrestling hard. We're doing jiu-jitsu, and even just drilling, like its impact on the body. So just staying on top of you know, our recovery, our sleep, our nutrition is so crucial in this sport, and no one really sees that. You know, we go into the fight, we're not gonna go out there and really publicly talk about our injuries. It's not like any other sport, like the NBA, where everything's, you know, undisclosed and everyone knows, you know, what's going on with them. Or the NFL, like, you know, if someone's got a torn ACL or a torn Achilles. But like in MMA, someone might tear their MCL or pop out a rib and they still gotta fight.
As a fighter though, we're in here fighting each other and you cannot control it, so you deal with these little bumps, bruises, and hopefully nothing too serious. But it's a everyday reality. You get banged up by other guys, by yourself. It just happens. It's part of the sport.
It's not just UFC athletes exploring Blue Scorpion. At PFL Fight Week in Florida, rising MMA fighter Tyler Ray is balancing training, recovery, and the pressure of competition. For him, Venom is about longevity.
Well, that Blue Scorpion, it's the magic. The snake oil, but except for it's scorpion oil. Game changer, game changer.
What kind of pain and inflammation would you have?
Shoulders, knees, you know, the older I get, everything started popping and cracking when I stand up. And as soon as I started taking that stuff, man, it was like 2-3 days, honestly. I started, like, my shoulder wasn't hurting, knees, and it's like, I can feel the difference when I take it, when I don't take it. Like, it's that good.
This isn't snake oil. A patented polarization process enhances the venom's potency at the molecular level. A breakthrough designed to improve how the body absorbs and responds. Every bottle carries True Shield certification, tested for more than 400 banned substances in a WADA-experienced lab. This is the same gold standard trusted by Olympic committees, UFC anti-doping programs, and professional sports leagues.
Okay, so you take it 2 to 3 times a day. You take it sublingually, so I guess that means under your tongue. You want to let it sit there for about a minute, and then you swallow it down. And you do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon, do it in the evening, or there might be a protocol which you should look up on how to start it. I'm up to 3 doses a day, right? I initially started with 1, and now I've moved up to 3 doses a day.
I mean, it's pretty simple. You just take a little syringe full. You don't have to inject it. You literally put it right under your tongue, and it's easy. It doesn't taste bad. It tastes actually pretty good. You hold it under your tongue, and I honestly started seeing effects in like the first week. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be like this magical solution that just takes away all my pain, but honest to God, within a week of taking it, I started noticing like aches and pangs that I've just lived with that I don't really think about. And I like woke up one morning, I was like, dang, my hip doesn't hurt as bad, or my back actually feels loose, like I can move it. And I don't think it's just a coincidence, like it actually truly helps with pain management and inflammation.
Bro, crazy enough, like I feel like instantly, like the next day, I started noticing the effects, because I remember working out really hard, and on purpose I worked out really hard so that I could, push my body and see if this stuff really works. And the next day I wake up and my body's feeling good, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's coincidental. Next day I was like, I'm gonna do it again. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's the 2-day, you work out really hard, it's 2 days later, you get that pain, that inflammation feeling. So I worked out hard again the next day, and again, I woke up feeling great, and I've been on it ever since. It's been I think I've been on it for about going on 4 weeks now, and I've been feeling great. It's been helping me get through this camp. I'm getting older, I'm not getting any younger, so camps get harder and harder, but this has been the one thing, and this is the only thing, I know it's this, because this is the only new thing that I have added into my training regimen. Everything else I had been doing, and I hadn't changed anything. My ice baths, my normal massages and physical therapy and that type of stuff. My diet is the same. If anything, I'm working out harder now because of it.
When I sat down with him, that's one of the things that the Blue Scorpion Venom does, is it actually helps amplify everything else that you're on, for good or for worse. So if you're taking it, it'll make it more, the efficacy increases at a high level. I'm like, oh, so guess what? If whatever things you're taking at home already, you want it to work better, you want your vitamins to work better, you want your whatever medication, this will increase it, and it does. I've noticed that everything's been firing all cylinders for me. It's just been too much of a rhythm, too many things been going well for me, for not me to look at it and go, okay, there's something occurring here.
A product like Blue Scorpion Venom is going to benefit athletes by reducing their overall inflammation and allowing them to get more out of their training sessions.
The fight game has always been about toughness. But true greatness isn't just about how hard you can hit. It's about how well you can recover. From legends like Frank Mir to today's UFC and PFL fighters, Blue Scorpion Pain and Inflammation Relief, powered by Blue Scorpion Venom, is becoming a quiet revolution. The most expensive liquid on Earth may just be the most valuable weapon in combat sports.